Salute everybody. Happy Wednesday or happy hump day. Thank you for pulling up to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, hope each and every one of y'all is having a blessed day. After this live, make sure you pull up at 3:15 as I switch lives to break some stuff down, to have a conversation and break some stuff down. But at this time, let me shut the door, guys. Give me a second. And let me get my good old shout outs together. Shout outs together. Thankful. Hey, sister. Hey, Drea, sis. At work listening and watching from the bushes. Hey, Shell, baby. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Samar, sis. Hey, Venetia. Hey, Ambrosia. Hey, Miss Low-Key. Time Warp, Barbie. Latrice. Hey, sisters. I hope all is well for each and every one of y'all on this beautiful Wednesday. It's hot as hell, so stay hydrated and stay safe. Also, keep sunscreen on the kids if they're out there swimming. Even if they're outside, make sure you pack sunscreen, summer camps, and stuff like that. Keep floats on those babies if they're going swimming and they don't know how to swim. Be mindful. Just keep a good eye out on the children, you know what I'm saying, and keep them safe as well. Hydrated, Gatorade, to get those nourishments back and stuff like that. So, hey, Takesha, hi. Thank you, Ambrosia. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Gina. Hey, Unavailable. Hey, Aunt Natty. Hey, Davita. Hey, Levique, Miami's finest. How y'all doing? Thank you. Um, hey, Queen Butterfly. Y'all doing all right out there? Y'all staying cool? Because it's danger. It's a hazard out there. Hey, Stephanie. Yes, watch your children, please. Hey, Wilda. Hey, Candy, sis. How y'all doing? Hey, Passion. Man, when I heard this, I'm always like, hi, Jordy. Hey, Sissy. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, sis. Can I get a disclaimer? Check on the elderly in your neighborhood. They are forgotten in these times. Yes, Gigi, good one. Good one, because you're definitely right. She said, check on the elderly in your neighborhood because they're easily forgotten this time around in these times. So, yes. Hey, Nicole Neal. Hey, Kawana. It is hot. You heard me. Hey, Detroit. Love. Hey, Miss Lydell Young. Yeah, we got a show set up after this one, so I'm gonna get there. And then I got a couple more shows tonight. Hey, Angel. Hey, love. What's going on? I hope all is well with you. And somebody said check on the homeless people as well. Yes. Hey, Alicia. Thank you, Miami. Thank you, sister. Yeah, check on the homeless as well. If you could stop at the store, grab a pack of water, and just pass it out. They will love that. Hey, something sweet. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday. So I want to get into this story, the unthinkable, one demonic mom, and it's called An Evil Mother's House of Horrors. And then yeah, I got a live set up with Jack and Lily as well. I hope did I switch that one? I might have switched it around. I'll fix it if I didn't, and I'll come back to that one. But hey, Robin, thank you. Hey, Goddess, baby sis. Hey, Sunshine Love, what's going on, sister? Yeah, y'all come in and welcome and get cool. You know what I'm saying? Get if you got some good lemonade. Hey, Taco Princesses. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. And it's not caffeine. It's not pop that's going to keep you hydrated. Hey, Taj. It's definitely not pop. Also, get your memberships, guys. I got an interview coming up on Friday. So grab your memberships. You know, I talked to the members already, and they know it's going to be a members only and stuff like that. And don't forget, you know, to the members that's in the Discord, I told you guys to send me your questions and stuff. You guys already know who it is. So send me your questions. Hey, Rachel Way, happy Wednesday. Rachel Ray, if I didn't say it correctly, happy Wednesday to you, sissy. Yeah. Miami said, how's everybody doing? I hope staying refreshed and cool. Let's get into this story of An Evil Mother's House of Horrors. I got my water in my look, Gigi. I ain't even got the ropes today. I am eating the hard candy. You hear me? I'm up to turn the Jolly Ranchers up. I got my Chex Mix and I got my gummy bears and all that underneath. I gotta go get some more candy, but I will. Hey Betty, hey sis. Hey M Gray. Hey sis, time work, sis. Yes. I need a disclaimer, guys. Taco Prince, if you can drop me a disclaimer, that'd be great. Give everything time to catch up. I can tell my little Earl's like doing what it want to do right now, so I don't want to mess with it. Okay. Jordy said it's high. Yeah, it's high. Let's get into the story, you guys. And is it mental? Is it like I didn't know how to just? I just called it one demonic mom because I can't say mental health. Hey, Linda, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, love. I can't say mental health for everything. Hey, Niecy, hey, sis. But once you guys hear this, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get wild, and you're gonna be confused. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, research, and educational purposes. So yes, man, salute to everybody. Linda, I hope you're saying cool and refreshed. Hey, fine. Hey, my love. You love the Jolly Rancher gum? Fine. It's some Hard Rock candy, y'all. Hey, Ty. It's some Hard Rock candy, Jolly Rancher Hard Rock candy. I'm gonna go to the store later on when it cools down and give me some for later on tonight. I want to do it in the Zaya Harris live later on. I'm gonna be up late night, but I got a live before that too to finish up Trinity story as well. So let's get into this story, and then I will see you guys back.
Pleasant Grove Police. I just found something in my garage. It's been wrapped up in a plastic bag that stinks. Okay, what is it? It's a little baby.
Pleasant Grove Police received this chilling 911 call. Upon arrival, they met Darren West, who was visibly shaken after speaking with his wife, Megan Huntsman, about the grim discoveries in his garage.
And I just said, what the hell is this? What have you done? I go, we found something. She goes, oh, you did?
Get that for
Don't call the police. Don't call the police. I'm going to get it.
As they stepped into the garage, they had no idea the horrors that awaited them inside.
I remember there being some sort of form of tape. As we got deeper into that box, we'd find a second child.
There could be more. Like I said, I can't remember a damn thing.
How many do you think there would be?
Hey, Pookie Poo.
Holy what is going on?
On April 12th, 2014, Darren had just returned home after serving time in prison for drug charges, only to stumble upon a horrifying scene in his garage and made this disturbing 911 call.
Pleasant Grove Police. Oh, yes, ma'am. Can I have an officer come to this address? And your name? My name's Darren West. I just found something in my garage. I think it's a miscarriage. Can you be more specific? What do you mean by a miscarriage you found? I have no idea. Just please send an officer up here. It sounds like you may need medical. It's been wrapped up in a plastic bag that stinks. Okay, what is it? It's a little baby.
When police arrived at Pleasant Grove, Utah, they saw the garage door wide open, and Darren stood outside with his family, who had come to help him move in. Just one look at him.
Imagine where we'd be without our sanitation workers.
And the officers knew they were in for something dreadful.
Who lives here?
Hey, Royal. Hey, Rain.
1, 2, 3.
The double house, the basement and the upstairs are two different.
My two daughters live here. See, we've been cleaning the garage.
Okay.
And then I'm got a 48-hour pass, and I have.
Here. We went on home and my dad was in a halfway house. And you've been cleaning out the garage.
I'm trying to get, because I've been gone for so long. And
Anyway, there was a box over there. It was all wrapped up. And he says, what is this?
The box in question was an ordinary-looking fruit box sitting just outside the garage, and its exterior was tightly sealed with electrical tape.
To the point.
Inside, they found a bag, also wrapped in layer upon layer of duct tape, as if someone desperately wanted to keep whatever was inside, hidden forever. When the investigators finally peeled it open, what they discovered would haunt them for years to come. It was the lifeless body of a fully decomposed baby.
There were boxes from floor to ceiling on all three walls. There's hundreds of boxes. How are we going to get through all of these? So we contacted the medical examiner's office, and they sent out an investigator. Bewilderment, shock. I was speechless. How could you fathom something like that? The big obvious question is what is this child doing here? Who's the mother? Where did it come from?
The officers quickly sealed off the scene, unsure of what had truly happened. But one thing was clear. It was now a homicide investigation. They began searching the area, moving from box to box, not knowing that what they had just uncovered was just the beginning of a much darker and more
usually when we have miscarriages, and I know people get scared and some people get scared and things, but the last thing you're thinking about is wrapping it tight into a box and putting it on a shelf in a garage. We have a lot of things, right, Angel? We have a lot of things in the garage, so you try to mix it in and stuff like that, as if it was never going to be a odor or nothing. Like nobody would ever catch on. Hey, newbie, baby. Hey, sister. As nobody would ever catch on to the fact that something ain't right. And why did you put it in that box? Say simply me. Hey, love. Happy Wednesday to you, ladies. So that is strange.
Chilling story. But the question was, where was Megan? Right now, she was the only person who could hold the answers to this troubling mystery.
Yeah, she comes.
Let's start off with, is it your wife or your girlfriend?
I'm still married to her, but
Okay. So legally, according to law, it's still your wife.
yes, sir.
Okay. Why don't you tell me what her name is?
Megan Huntsman. What happened is when I went to prison, she stuck around for 2 or 3 years and she took off.
But she is with a boyfriend now
Where is she?
in West Valley somewhere. We just had her on the phone. She said it was his.
And I just said, what the hell is this? What have you done? I always found something. She goes, oh, you did?
Get that for her.
Don't call the police. Don't call the police. I'm going to get it.
So she said it was yours. Logically, is that true?
I don't know, man. I never knew she it.
So, for the time being, the officers focused on Megan to understand about the unfolding events.
Are you able to help us understand what's going on here? It was a miscarriage.
It was like 9 years ago when he first left.
And how far into your pregnancy were you?
7 months. It was born, still born.
I was about to say 7 months definitely ain't no miscarriage, honey. After 5, you know what you're having. Hey, Julie. Hey, ladies. Happy Wednesday to you, ladies. 7 months is definitely not a miscarriage and things like that. So now we're from a miscarriage to, yeah, I had a stillborn baby. Hey, the cynical one. Hey, love. Happy Wednesday. So now it makes me say, like, which one is it? Because 7 months is definitely not a miscarriage. That's a whole baby. Yeah. But wait till you hear the rest on that.
How soon can you come down here? Our detectives need to ask you some follow-up questions so that we can, rule out any kind of foul play.
Okay, there was no foul play.
Okay, listen to me. I need you to stay at your residence. We're going to have a West Valley City officer come pick you up.
It wasn't just Darren who was disturbed. The neighbors had also noticed a strange, foul smell coming from the garage. As more officers arrived at the scene, they were tasked with meticulously searching every inch of the property of what was quickly becoming known as the House of Horror. Meanwhile, Megan was brought in for questioning by Detective Beckstrom. His first goal was to understand why she had hidden the baby, instead of reporting it to the authorities or seeking medical help. However, in a few moments, the story took a turn more twisted than ever.
Well, you know why we're here, what we're here to talk about. Just start at the beginning and tell me what happened.
Well, we were doing drugs a lot. That's what he was in prison for. I got pregnant right before he left, and I really didn't know because I thought it was just stress and stuff.
And he went to prison in 2006.
Yeah.
How far along were you when he
Like
went
a
in?
couple months.
Almost 10 years, y'all. This baby's been in the garage.
In the house that you and Darren went in. Describe to me what happened.
Well, I was having a lot of pain that day. I didn't go to work. My kids were at school, and I went in the bathroom and just sat there and just pushed really hard. And I was blue and wasn't crying. And I was by myself, and I didn't know what to do. And You couldn't get it to cry or anything.
Then what happened?
I got scared and I wrapped it up. And me not being smart and calling you guys, I was in shock. It was stupid of me to do it.
What do you mean when you say you wrapped it up?
You remember? It was towels or garment bag or something.
Yeah, Aisha.
I put it in a box.
She didn't just put it in a box. She double wrapped it and double wrapped it and double wrapped it and double wrapped it some more. But just when y'all thought, y'all saying OMG now, I was up till 3 o'clock. Still trying to put the pieces together. 7 months, remember the date. Remember how long she carried this baby. 7 months. But when y'all thought everything was mind-blowing, 1 second.
What would you have done differently? Looking back.
Called the cops and told them that I had a baby and that I couldn't get to breathe and have the paramedics and stuff come.
Megan repeated the same story she had told Darren, that the baby had been a stillborn. Despite appearing visibly upset, there were many details in Megan's account that just didn't add up.
Okay, so you're on the toilet, you have the baby. You said you tried to get it to breathe. What did you do?
Well, I tried just to clean his mouth out and stuff, and I couldn't get a response at all.
Okay.
I couldn't feel a heartbeat or anything.
Okay. So you clean the baby's mouth out, try to get it to breathe, and then what?
I passed out for a little bit. I think I lost a lot of blood. And then I just remember my kids got home from school and I just told them I wasn't feeling them. And then I cleaned myself up and I went and got a box.
And then, as far as you know, unless someone else moved it, the baby's been in the box in the garage
10 years.
Since that first year
Almost
that
10
Darren was
years.
in prison. Okay.
We cleaned that garage every year, so.
Were you worried somebody else would find it when you guys were cleaning the garage?
Yeah.
And so what would you do to make sure that didn't happen?
I just kind of slide it and like sweep around, and then set stuff on it. And, well, they knew that part was already clean and stuff.
Megan's story seemed like a justification. With her husband gone to prison, she was left over.
Why did she keep this baby for 10 years in the garage? I mean, I wouldn't even have been mad at her if she would have at least buried the baby. But the fact that not only did you not call the police, you didn't go get your medical or nothing. But y'all saying heartbreaking, sad, mind-blowing. Y'all ain't mind-blown yet. Y'all nowhere near mind-blown. I was up till, again, 3 o'clock. Like, this is not real. This is just, no.
Overwhelmed with stress and was deeply influenced by drugs which clouded her state of mind. But the more the detective spoke with her, the more their doubts grew.
Because I was so scared, I don't know what I was thinking. I have no idea.
Do you remember if the baby was a boy or a girl? So, did anyone know that you were pregnant?
I don't show at all.
Did you tell Darren?
No, I never told him.
Okay. Had you ever had any stillborn babies prior to that?
Miscarriages.
And on these miscarriages, did they all happen at home?
What happened at home?
All right. Is there anything else that you think I should have asked you that I haven't asked you?
I think so.
Is there anything else that you want me to know?
No.
And we really want the right thing for this baby, proper burial and closure for you and for your family. Your husband went to prison, you're raising the kids on your own, and you're overwhelmed. And I can understand that. I mean, Darren just found out that he had another kid that he didn't know about. So,
I totally understand.
what do you think proper closure looks like?
She said a burial. They make it up. A burial. Duh. Take your ass to jail.
Me going to jail?
Well, it's clear that we think you should go to jail for this, that you recognize you've done something wrong. We haven't made any decisions like that. We're still just trying to put the story together at this point.
What struck as odd was Megan's fear of going to jail if the baby was truly a stillborn. If no crime had been committed, Aside from the unlawful disposal of the body,
Candy just
why did she carry such a heavy guilt?
Go to jail.
There was something deeper she wasn't saying, and the detective could feel it. Meanwhile, at the house, the officers pressed on with their search, which led them to another suspicious box. Inside, they uncovered a deeply disturbing scene. That was just the start.
I remember there being some sort of form of tape over it. And then as we opened it up, there's heavy padding and packaging, more plastic wrap. As we got deeper into that box, we did ultimately find a second child. I felt angry and
wait, a second child? I was like, wait a minute. But when you have a miscarriage, you bleed a lot, and she didn't get medical because you have to have yeah. But Royal, just sit back, put a seatbelt, a garter belt, and everything on for this one. Oh, y'all saying damn?
I remember thinking, what in the actual hell is going on?
Each box they opened carried an overpowering stench, with a strange liquid seeping through the bottom of the bags inside. The officers immediately reported it to Detective Beckstrom, who confronted Megan in hopes to get answers, but nothing could have prepared him for her response.
We have investigators in the house right now. They found a second baby. Will you please tell me about that?
Hey, there's more. Hey, I'm sorry. I have hit every one of them, and he had to have known I was pregnant through most of them.
There's others? How many?
I'm not even sure. I was on so many drugs and stuff during it all. I can't even remember.
When?
All through the years.
Megan had a long history of drug abuse, particularly methamphetamine, and was known to drink heavily as well. These addictions had ruined her ability to make rational decisions, but they were no excuse for taking a life. Despite her claims, it was clear she was still hiding something, a truth so gruesome which would shake everyone to the core.
And if it's easier for you to remember, if we want to start after you had your first child, when you had the first miscarriage.
One right after I moved in. I can't even remember. I remember when I had in the tub. They were all stillborn. Every one of them.
Were they full term?
No, without me.
Okay, so how many do you think will we find in the garage?
4.
Did
you heard what she said? He said, how many do you think we'll find in the garage? She said 4. But put your seatbelts on, baby. Put y'all seatbelts on and drink water. Drink plenty of water. Yeah, Candy, she said 4. She said 4. But Aisha, that ain't even, no. Put your seatbelts on. Hey, Melanin Queen.
You put all 4 in the garage?
Yeah.
Did you keep them in the same place in the garage? What did you?
Right there. Covered.
Okay. And so all 4 boxes are in the same place? Okay. Well, I just want to be able to relay to the detectives what they're going to find. And so all 4
yes
are in the cabinet in the garage?
Yes.
Why didn't you call for help?
I'm afraid people know I'm pregnant.
I mean, this is Utah. It's not common for people to have a kid.
I was young, because I was so young.
Several years later, though, when this happened, I mean, you're not so young.
I know. But like I said, the drugs, they mess with you. Bad.
So you're telling me that because you were on drugs, you weren't making good decisions?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it feel better to tell the truth?
Right. Melanie Queen. Okay, Lisa?
All right. Okay.
I couldn't lie, Lisa.
After hearing that more bodies were hidden in the garage, Detective Beckstrom quickly contacted the officers on the scene. Over 20 to 30 officers combed through every inch of the house, searching for hours. And while the investigation continued, so did the interrogation.
We've talked about a lot. I don't know yet. We haven't made those decisions because we're doing the search warrant still. And because of the seriousness of this, they are also going to obtain a search warrant for your house in West Valley.
Hey, Miss
Is
Smoker.
there anything at that house that we need to know about before we go up there?
For me, no, all that's up there is my clothes.
Okay. So you have the babies been in the garage the whole time?
I never moved them or anything, but yeah, they've been in the garage the whole time.
So
Yeah.
we're talking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
4 babies back to back. I mean, she had been getting pregnant back to back to back to back to back. And like Lalizi said, just putting those, I could not sleep. I couldn't even wrap a baby up, y'all, and put tape all around it and blankets and just, yeah, Miss Mugger, you hear me? I can't, I just can't. For the life of me, but put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on.
Yes.
I mean, you told me earlier that you put the boxes with the babies in them in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Royal,
Did you ever
don't drop open again?
I imagine in the last 9 years, stuff's been in and out of the
I
apartment.
didn't think so, because I was just there a month or so ago getting my bed and stuff out of there, and I seen it sitting there.
Right. And so did anyone in the world know that the baby was in the garage? Okay.
So,
Well, they're saying one of the boxes was on a stack of shelves next to the cabinet. Why would it be there?
I moved it or something, but it's not thinking.
Do you know when that might have been?
Maybe I don't know.
Before I left, I did. I mean, I haven't been in that house. Only once since I moved out.
It was painfully evident that this case was far from straightforward. While it wasn't unheard of for a woman to hide a pregnancy, but doing so multiple times raised serious doubts. The idea seemed almost impossible to believe, and as the detectives pieced things together, a chilling realization began to take shape.
I want to make sure that there's no more weight on your shoulders. Okay. When you have these babies,
Yes.
you said after they were born and they were blue and you try to get them to breathe, what would you do to try to get them to breathe?
Sometimes I'm so scared,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Sorry, like shake them, sorry.
Mhm.
Like that.
Did you have like the suction cup they used to clean out their mouths?
Use my finger and stuff.
You described you had the one in the tub that you filled the tub and had.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Was that baby alive when it was born?
I think it was for a short time.
What happened?
Well, you think if I have baby in the house, I just cry, so
Mm-hmm.
She was grown.
It was for a short time. What was it moving? Did it start?
She had already had 3 kids.
No, it wasn't breathing.
Alive. That was alive.
No heartbeat in this.
Okay. For about how long?
Not very long at all.
Okay. The one that you had when he was in prison that you were on the toilet. Was that one alive when it was born? Okay. Where were the other 2 born?
One on the bed. And the other on the
Okay. The one on the bed when it was born. Do you think it might have been alive for a short time as well?
Detective Beckstrom was left stunned when Megan finally admitted the unthinkable.
He said, was that baby born? He said, was that baby alive? She said, it might have. It's the gruesomeness. Y'all ready to find out what she did to these babies and more. Right, Candy? Hey, Marianne, baby. It seems like shit. Man, you hear me, Sherry?
It wasn't an accident, but actual murders. So now he asked her the final make or break question.
Did you kill the baby after it was born? What we need is the truth.
I did one of them.
I know, Aisha.
Which one?
No, I was just so scared. I was so on drugs so bad.
How did you cook it?
Yeah.
She said she choked the baby. She said she choked the baby. She said she was on drugs. She just don't remember, but she knows she choked the
Do you
baby.
think all 4 of these babies were alive when they were born?
I'm pretty sure one of them wasn't.
And did you choke the others?
Yes, I did.
And you put them in a towel, put them
So one of the babies she said didn't make it, but the other one she choked them. Definitely Nicole. She said she choked the other babies.
in garbage bags and then put them in a box and put it in the garage.
Yes.
So one was dead when it was born and the other three. And why did you?
Oh no. Scared, I was in shock.
Have you ever told anyone this?
No, I've never told us no.
So when we run DNA tests, will they all be Darren's?
Yes, you will.
Is there anything else we need to know about?
No.
All right.
As the detective left the room, he could barely contain the emotions that overwhelmed him. It had been the hardest interrogation of his career.
Once I'm out of her sight, my hands went to my niece, and I had to take several breaths to really process. Holy,
Yeah, Tom Ward.
she had killed these babies.
Back at the crime scene, the officers had been searching the garage for over 3 hours, and the unease they felt couldn't be measured. No one could have predicted what other surprises lay in store for them.
This was probably one of the longest days in my career. It was emotionally straining,
Yes, Miss Moore.
physically exhausting. And the feeling in the air was dread, but also determination to find out what in the hell actually had happened. Eventually, we found baby number 3.
It didn't take long before the officers found the third body, packed tightly in a box and sealed with layers of duct tape. When they carefully opened it, they found the body to be wrapped in a plastic bag and covered in vinyl. As their search continued, they uncovered a fourth body, followed by a fifth, hidden under 2 blankets and 2 bath tiles in the box.
They found the 5th baby. Hey, Tone, what up, bro? They found a 5th baby. A 5th. Now we're on baby number 5. We just talked about the 4, but now we're on baby number 5.
Bottom left corner of a cubby. But just when they thought they had seen it all, the biggest shock was still about to come.
I'm told that there is a 5th baby found at the home. Now it's becoming almost exhausting. How many could there be?
Hey, Mocha.
And what is going on?
Right, Megan, I'm
Natty.
really happy with how far you've come, but I'm concerned that you haven't told me everything. How many do you think there possibly could be?
Honestly, I don't know how many. 4 I can think of, but I don't.
Okay, they are up to 5. And so now that there's 5,
Yeah, Alma.
are you still only certain that one of them was dead when it was born? And so the other 4 were alive?
Yeah, Tom.
It could be more. Like I said, I can't remember a damn thing.
How many do you think there would be?
I'd say 8 or 9.
He said, how many do you think there would be in the garage? She said, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9. 8 or 9 babies. 8 or 9 babies. Them are her babies, Rebecca. She said 8 or 9, Alma. Y'all see it right there? She said, I say 8 or 9. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, but 9 babies that she murdered. That she had natural births and she killed every one of those babies except 1.
When they're done searching the garage, they are going to search the rest of the house. Will they find any more?
No.
Okay. So there could be 8 or 9.
Yeah, there could be. But I know there's no more than that. And I know there's none in the house. It's known if they're in the house.
Right.
Demonic, Jordan.
Did the smell from the garage ever come in the house?
She is.
It would just be out in the garage.
People said it was some smell, like in the heat of the summer.
9 times.
We had cats and stuff, and and I just, I think it was always just blamed on that.
Sure.
You just leave it open.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying Darren never knew?
No, what I told you, only me. I've kept this to myself for 18 years.
So I'm the only person that you've ever told?
Yes.
The numbers kept growing, but the officers knew they had to proceed with caution. The line of questioning soon shifted, as Detective Beckstrom began to consider Darren's possible involvement, due to something Megan had said earlier during the interrogation that had caught his attention.
When I talked to you earlier, you mentioned that Darren should have known. What do you mean by that? Did you tell her?
No. I don't know why. I think my mind was just so out of it, you know? I didn't even, all I focused on was the next fix. But
No, she just unlived him.
How can you sleep with someone every night and not know that?
When we're talking about Darren knowing that you were pregnant because he's in your bed, those aren't miscarriages. And so did you just tell him that you miscarried?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you told him that it was a miscarriage,
No, Miss Morgan.
He never asked what you did with the
GG.
miscarriage. Okay.
It was hard to believe that Darren had simply stumbled upon the body in his garage without any clue where it could have come from. Could he have known more than he was letting on?
Jordan.
Meanwhile, back at the crime scene, officers made another grim discovery. The 6th and 7th bodies wrapped in sweaters and stuffed into a box inside a cabinet. It was a moment that left everyone reeling, but they still pressed on to determine if there were more than 7. They even searched Megan's former home in West Valley, leaving no stone unturned. While they found no additional bodies, they did uncover Xanax, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia, painting a bleak picture of her life. Megan Huntsman was arrested and booked into the Utah County Jail on 6 counts of murder. However, the case was far from complete. Still, there were pieces of the puzzle that didn't quite fit, and to fill in the gaps, investigators brought Darren in for questioning.
Hey.
I'm Detective Dan Beckstrom. I'm still trying to talk to everybody, make sure I know that it's been a horrible day for a lot of you. So you're not in trouble right now. I'm just trying to understand everything that's happened. So she's saying that baby was a miscarriage after going to prison.
That's what she told me. Is that what she's still saying?
Yes. We did get a search warrant in the house. And there's more than one.
Cupcake, baby. I drop cupcakes, Lane.
And so, how many times was your wife pregnant?
I have 3 daughters. And I know one other time that she had a miscarriage. I never even knew she was pregnant with 2 of my daughters until she was like 4 or 5 months along. And then she told me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, sir.
There's...
How many was there?
There was 7.
You were kidding me.
I'm not. She said that the first one was shortly after you moved into the house.
Oh my God.
And that the last one that she was pregnant by you before you went to prison. He says. And that's why I'm glad you're here, because I would have thought that if she was pregnant 7 times in the 10-year period that you lived in that house, that surely you would have known.
Holy.
Darren was visibly shaken by the disturbing revelations. He buried his face in his hands and began to sob as the weight of the situation hit him hard. But despite his tears, there was more he needed to explain.
You said you knew that she was pregnant once. Are you talking about one other time than the miscarriage, or are you talking about something else?
My bad, Juju.
That's the only time I know. I was so messed up on freaking drugs, and I don't know what was going on.
I can tell that you know about more than the way you're telling me. Megan hid pregnancies from everybody until shortly before she had kids. But you're saying that she told you when she was 4 months along. I believe that you knew about these pregnancies.
I swear to God, I never knew about all these pregnancies.
What's happened here is tragic. But I don't think that you killed these babies and hid them. I think that you were married to a woman who was going to do it her way, and then you were done fighting with her, and so you allowed her to make these decisions. Is that what happened?
I never would think that she would.
Turn thinking about your bathroom into loving it.
How many of y'all feel like he knew? How many of y'all feel like he knew, Darren knew, all those times she was pregnant, that he knew? Do I feel like he knew about all of them? No. I think he knew about one. And the fact that it was never questioned to him, like, what happened to the baby and when did she miscarry and where did she miscarry at, knowing that she never went to the doctor or anything like that. It just makes you go, Things that make you go, I don't know. I'm in the middle like a couple of them. Y'all make sure y'all go drop to catch those links. Miss Muggers, Cupcakes, Big Stacks, Copies, Shanitra Speaks, Shank Rocks. She said he knew something. And Royal said not all of them. Yeah, I don't think he knew all of them, but I think he did know about the first one for sure. Yep, he said he was getting high too.
With Floor and Decor.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid.
Put babies in a box and freaking.
So what did you think she was doing with these pregnancies?
You're welcome, Miss Mugger, baby.
I didn't realize she was pregnant 7 freaking times.
I'm a married man. You know your wife's pregnant. And so she's telling me that the only one that you weren't around for is when you went to prison.
Honest to God, I didn't know that there were 7 babies in my garage.
I know.
I never knew there was one in there. Do you think I would go out, clean the garage, and then, you know what I mean?
I understand where you're coming from. I'm not saying you knew they were in the garage, but I'm saying you had to know that they were brought into the world.
Even though Darren claimed he had no idea about the pregnancies, the detective wasn't ready to accept it
not
at
all
face
of them,
value.
but some.
Your wife has admitted to some crimes,
right.
some horrible
Not
things.
even every 9 months, but she was having them at 7
killed
months.
someone after they were born. Like I said, she's being completely honest, and I really wish you were too.
It was 10 9, Jordy.
I didn't know she was killing kids, and I didn't know she was put in boxes. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how she could give birth and then, I don't know.
Were you there when any of these were born?
No, sir. No, sir. I swear.
What we want to do is we want to do what's right. We want to have closure for these children. We want to have closure for your kids.
Kids already leisure.
For these babies' grandparents. I mean, these babies were in a garage for years.
Yeah, I never knew that, though. I never knew that. I don't want to say nothing else. This is looking bad. I had no idea that she was killing kids and putting them in boxes. I swear to God.
Yeah, he does sound more.
But I wanted to turn though. Wouldn't you?
I can't give you that advice. I'm not in your situation, and I don't think I ever will be.
No, you won't.
So. Okay. All right, hold on just a second. We'll get you upstairs in just a minute.
No, hey, Jack.
Although Darren seemed like a potential suspect in the case, there was no evidence to link him to the murders. Eventually, Darren requested an attorney, bringing the interrogation to an abrupt end.
Hey, CJ.
What worked in his favor was a simple but strong point. If he had known about the bodies in the garage, it was unlikely he would have started cleaning it so soon after his release from prison. Darren was released from custody, and the investigation moved forward with Megan still behind bars. All the evidence collected from the garage, including the boxes, plastic bags, and layers of duct tape, was sent to the lab for analysis, and the results were conclusive. Every single fingerprint belonged to Megan. Not a trace of Darren's prints was found on any of the items. With this, the focus shifted to the medical examiner, where DNA testing was conducted to confirm the father of the babies. The results were as expected. Darren was the biological father of all 7 children. However, one heartbreaking fact remained clear. During their entire 10 years of living together, and even after he went to prison in 2006, Darren had no idea he had fathered 7 children. Megan had hidden everything from him and everyone else. It was now time for the final decision.
Justice for 6 babies killed right after birth by their own mother as she pleads guilty to 6 counts of murder.
And the judge gave her the maximum sentence that could keep her locked up for the rest of her life.
On February 12, 2015, Megan was formally charged with 6 counts of first-degree murder. Having admitted to killing 6 of her children while claiming one was stillborn, she was sentenced to 6 terms of 5 years to life to be served consecutively, which meant she would spend the rest of her life in prison. The case left everyone involved deeply shaken. It was incomprehensible how a mother could commit such horrific acts. It also highlighted the devastating impact of drugs, which had completely destroyed Megan's mental health and led her down this dark and tragic path.
Megan had a family that she was raising. But on the flip side of that coin, she also had 7 dead children in her garage that she had murdered. I don't know what her motive was. I don't care what her motive was. But the fact of the matter is she did it, and that was unfathomable to me.
What are your thoughts on this case? Was it just drugs which led to Megan killing her children, or were there some other dark motives? How did Darren not know anything about his wife's pregnancies after living together for 10 years? We'd love to hear from you.
Man, what the heck? When I heard this, y'all, it kind of took me to, wait. I think when we got to the 5th baby, y'all, I sat up on the bed. I remember laying back and watching it. I just had the phone, and I really wasn't even watching it. I was just listening. And Shane can tell y'all I was up late. I just kind of got up out the bed. I linked up, and I never forget outside. Put my feet on the floor, and I just said, 5. So when he asks about so that look, they done found the 5th baby. Is there anything you want to tell us? Anything? How many? Is there more? Are we going to walk up on any more babies in these boxes? Yeah, it could be 8 or 9. I don't remember. So, man, the afterbirth, healing of it all. I mean, the healing process after having a baby. Man, you don't want to be touched. Come on, Azabah. For her to choke them and unalive them. She unalived all of them but 1 out of the 9. Will we ever know if it's more? Because she said she don't remember. Could have been some that she lost in the toilet, buried in the backyard. What really happened with this demonic mother? I mean, the 5th baby got me out the bed. Again, I was like, wait, what? You can't tell me, man, y'all, back-to-backs. Back-to-back babies like that is unheard of. It's unprecedented. She said, listen, I know too well. There is no excuse she should ever get to say she was how she knew she was doing from the start. Nicole said, right, choke them babies out. Hey, the secret rug. Thank you. Jordy, when I got to baby number 6, I was floored. And she never healed. M-Gray, you know she wasn't healed. Y'all know, even to this day, that's why she was having them babies early like that. Calling them miscarriages and stillborns. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All of these babies was identifiable. Aisha, you hear me? Alma, she said she don't know. She said she didn't know it was a lie. Yeah, how you get so high when you pray? Man, labor 5 times. I got 5 kids and labor 5 times. The last one took me out. I said, no way. I still had the miscarriage in 2006 and had an ectopic pregnancy. So it's super easy when you're open to get pregnant because I had the ectopic pregnancy 3-4 months later after having a miscarriage. And the ectopic pregnancy was I never have another kid. Okay, Miss Mother? She almost got away with it. Gigi, you hear me? If I asked her to move them boxes or threw them boxes away, she'd have got away with it. She'd have got away with murder. Time work. Hey, Gina. Hey, Soldier Slim. It's the putting them in the garage. I'm like Lalizzie. I couldn't sleep knowing them baby. Oh my goodness. Knowing you choked them babies. Knowing you unalived each of those children. Man, juvenated. Because she got together once. Come on, Dior. When there's women out here that can't even have children. She could have easily took them babies, dropped them off. You hear me, Lolly? That's crazy. Come on, Gigi, it's something. Man, whatever drug she's on, I don't want them. You hear me? I don't want them. You choking the life out of these babies. You unalived 8 babies. Man. And walk past them every day. Tom, what? That's the crazy part. I couldn't even live with myself. After the first baby, my first baby stillborn, I couldn't. Not even going to get birth control. Not even healing. Evil, wicked, and demonic. Lolly's already know. Yeah, the neighbors even complained of smelling it. She said nobody visited her or smelled it. Yeah, the neighbors always complain. And you know it had to be an eerie ass smell. It's straight evil. She said, I thought I lost my 3rd one. I couldn't have any more. Praying for you, Miss Low Key, baby. Jacqueline, they said they smelled it in the neighborhood. She said she would keep. Y'all know in the wintertime, you got the garage open all day, every day. Nobody found that suspicious to say, hey, just think if he never would have got out of jail to clean up the garage, and she probably hears babies crying 24/7. She's possessed. I wonder if she was ever around. But she had 3 kids, y'all. That's the thing. She had 3 living kids by him. You know she smelled, Jordy. It smelled. Come on, Time Warp. Even her body had an odor. It is disgusting, Angel. Miss Mother, you know that's what it was. I'm going to say, how did she sleep at night with a graveyard in her garage? Because that's what it was. And to put it as a shrine. Come on, Rebecca. I had a miscarriage 3 years ago, and that forever changed my life. There's no way I could have done it. You heard me, Melanie? Gigi. That's what I said, Gina. Her insides had to be smelling. Ain't no way they was that high where he never got that foul odor from her, and it had to be foul. She ain't get no DNCs. She never got, man, how you, we talking about labor, ladies. Labor. Come on, Capricorn. Lolly's already know. Somebody was giving birth downtown Baltimore, was passed out the whole time. She said, and I'm still struggling to have a baby today. Prayers for you, Melanin Queen. Lizzie says she still goes through it sometimes after having her miscarriage. She's very disgusting. Thank you, Miss Mother. Yeah, Gigi said she knew she was doing the package them all nice and neat. Hell yeah, she did. Hell yeah. It's like she had the duct tape and boxes out there waiting for the next one. That's how I take it, Gigi. Yeah, Time Warp. April, yes. You would think but all the babies was living but one, and that was the first one. Right, Rebecca? She had to tell some, he didn't care. What you say, her breath and what? She said her breath, mouth, ears, nose, and down below had to be stinking. Yeah. Thank you, soldier. Yep, I could see the video. Yeah. She said, oh, catfish smelling. She said, I never seen a body. She wrapped them so perfectly. It is disgusting, Kimberly. Come on, wrap them up so perfectly like Christmas gifts. And I bet y'all she had them boxes waiting out there for the next one. CJ, you heard me, couldn't wrap it. I was up late eating ice. Yeah, she was prepared, Melanie. Mm-hmm. That's why she made it a shrine. You know she didn't get the afterbirth out. Have you seen this podcast? Hell, she had them back to back. That's what I'm saying, newbie. Come on, fine. But she was on drugs. Yeah, Tammy, see, it is. Yeah, Time Warp. She said, for the ladies who want babies, I pray for your day will come that you will get a blessing. Hey, Rose Salute. Gina said, wait, how many was? Jordan said, just gross. Yeah. It was 9, Gina. She choked them and unalived them. 9 of them. And I'd probably say all of them. Yeah. I'd say all of the baby. Soldier said, how could a mother or parent human do anything to hurt a child? Is crazy work. Not one soldier. She unalived 9. She killed 9 of her babies. She didn't do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. She did 9. Hey, JS. Rebecca, baby. No, I don't know who it is, Dior, but yeah. Nah. I'm good. That's it, Gigi. They ain't gonna question you. And look, Gina said, oh, and fuck, yeah, Gina. Hey, Brie, Gina. When I got to the 5th baby, it woke me up out of my sleep. I had to get up. She got pregnant every year, Rebecca, and she was having them, y'all, at 7 months. Like right when she dropped that baby, she got pregnant that night. That's how, to have 9 babies back to back, that means you got pregnant the night you had your baby. Come on, fine. She said infections, odors, and probably did the meth for labor pain, just sickening. Her highway was never closed. Didn't have the nerve to risk she was going to jail. Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Miss Loki. Yeah, proper burial. That was for baby number 1. When she was talking about the proper burial, yeah, I should have did a burial. Ma'am, 9 times. Yep, I agree. She said the title definitely she's demonic. Yeah, it's demonic. I couldn't come up with the title Angel fast enough, and I was like, nah, this is demonic. It's demonic. Yes, she got life. Yeah, Sherry. You ain't saying nothing disrespectful. Okay. I'll look up the oil. Look, Tom Warp said, how did he not know she was, but he was getting high too. Hell, I don't know what meth and all that does to you too. I don't know if they have no feeling time. I don't know what made them think. Okay, April. In April, we'll schedule a day next week, early next week. You can come up and tell your daughter's story, okay? Childbirth. Rebecca, y'all heard me? She had to, Capricorn. These was back-to-back babies, y'all. And for 10 years, she kept those babies in a shrine in her garage. And you knew you took their life. They said meth and shit. I ain't living there. I couldn't. Lalisa said, yep, I know somebody that got pregnant in the hospital after having a baby. Sure do. I said, how? I'm going to tell y'all my cousin sister, Johnetta. And this is just a real story. I can call my daughter right now. Johnetta had a baby by the mailman. Johnetta had a baby by the cab driver. Johnetta had 13 kids. The last kid she had was up in Hendersonville, North Carolina, a couple years ago. She put the baby in her purse. She had the baby. This the 13th baby. She got 14 now. I damn near called National Geographic on ass. I said, this inhumane. This ain't natural. But the last one up there in Hendersonville, North Carolina, Johnetta put her baby in her purse. She had it in the toilet, dropped it in the toilet. She put it in the purse. My cousin Key said they kept smelling a foul odor. But Key ass dirty anyway. But if Key's dirty ass could smell something fouler than how the hell Key lived, it was bad. So my cousin Drew said to her, what's going on? Because every time you come back with this purse, dog, this shit is horrific. A dead baby in Johnnetta's purse for months. Months. I said it wasn't maggots or nothing, no flies swarmed that purse, nothing. Nobody seen anything in this purse that Johnetta was carrying. Just a natural purse. Johnetta called me with the 14th baby. She's still down here in North Carolina somewhere. Yeah, I was calling National Geographic on that ass, Lalisi. That was inhumane. It was I felt like it was an animal on loose that we've never seen before or witnessed. Okay. The 3-decker girls. Yeah, it was inhumane, Lalisi. And I feel like when you keep having babies, and she doesn't have one of them, y'all. Johnetta doesn't have custody of none of them. Johnetta, let me show y'all how real it is. Let me see if my daughter is. If we'll talk about the baby. Which one? And guess what, y'all? Johnetta was so diabolical. She named the first 2 Keishas. The first 2 daughters are Keisha. That big Keisha and little Keisha. Set of twins down in Mexico. Kids all over the place. That's why I was calling National Geographic on ass, Miss Mugger. Hey, daughter. What you doing? I'm on the my live right now, and I wanted to talk about Johnetta.
What about?
All the kids and the one that she put in her purse. When she lived down here in Henderson, North Carolina, the one that passed away when she was on the toilet. And how she kept having kids and babies after babies after babies. Because I was talking about this girl that had 9 babies and unalived them all and put them in a box. Put them in boxes, shoe boxes in the garage. So it just kind of made me think about Johnetta and her 14 kids. How many kids, Niche? Was it baby after baby after baby? I said, what? She's on baby number 14? And you know she called me for the last one and asked me could I take custody.
What?
She hit me on my inbox on Messenger, didn't ask me for some money. But I just wanted to call and just get it kind of verified that she's, I was telling them how she's pregnant by the mailman. Which one was by the mailman? Peanut? Was it? It was Peanut.
Had a lot of kids though.
And then the Uber driver. Who was the cab driver? Which one was by the cab driver? Peanut. Yeah, Peanut was by the cab driver, y'all. The mailman, I forgot whose daddy, which baby belonged to the mailman. And she said she don't like her. You heard, look, Soldier Slim said you don't like Jonetta. She said you heard it in her voice when you asked about her. Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot of kids, y'all. It could be the if it was a milkman, the man across the street at the store, Jonetta would get pregnant. If a guy walked down the sidewalk, Jonetta would be like, remember that guy that walked down the sidewalk? We like, no. And he stopped over her and asked for a light. Jonetta would be pregnant by him. 14 kids, guys. 14 kids. But yeah. Don't forget Big Keisha. Huh?
And to still be having them to this day. She's pregnant right now.
She just had that baby, Niche.
That's big. She just keeps on having kids. That's big.
Yeah, she had the last one down here. She down here in North Carolina. Stop it. I love you. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Look, it's sad for, like I said, the mothers that she was like her. You get some fluff muffin, you get some fluff muffin. Yeah, Soldier Slim. When I say when we found out the mailman, I was like, how did it happen? Because he had a job to do. How did she get pregnant by the mailman? When did she get pregnant by the mailman? Who didn't get their damn mail that day? Yeah, Jacqueline, the taxi driver. Peanut belonged to the taxi driver. Peanut. Then it's a mixed one. 2 Mexican kids. No, it's 3 Mexicans because Keisha, Big Keisha, and a set of twins. She got 2 sets of twins out of the 14 kids. But the man across the street from the store, the one of them Jews, supposed to have been a baby daddy. It was so many. You could walk down the street. If a guy just walked down the street and asked for the light, we didn't remember. So many people stop and say, can I get a light? Like, she would go to the park, come back pregnant. Somebody was definitely missing their mail. I can call my sister. I can call a couple people and be like, let me call cuz. I'm going to say, hey, what about Jonetta on her 14th baby? This why? Because she was sick. I don't know who keep allowing her to have kids. I thought they should have tagged her. I think when people do like shit like that, tag their asses. They should not be allowed to have children. And especially if they're not raising them. No. And she didn't raise not a one. Not a one. That's why she kept having them. But 14 kids without a mother. Capricorn, hear me? Everybody got some. Angel's like, good Lord, yes. Hey, cuz, I'm on my show. I was telling them about Jonetta. Because I was talking about this girl that had 9 kids and unalived all of them. And I was like, damn, that remind me of Jonetta. How many kids did Jonetta have by the mailman and the cab drivers and stuff, Retta? You on my show on my phone.
Jonetta who?
Keys.
I don't know how many she got on the line, but she got over 20-something kids, because she got 2 while she was in prison.
I forgot about them.
Them was her first, the twins.
Yep, the twins. Yep. And then, okay, not Big Keisha, but the twins. You said 20, cuz. Then okay. So I remember then.
You gotta add the devil that she done had. Remember the one she got in her purse for 2 weeks?
I told him about the one she had in her purse.
Yeah, she got over 20 because she's got
I want to say 13, 14 of them alive, cuz.
Okay, so 14 living. I knew about the baby that passed up there in North Carolina, but not
You gotta remember, she got the Keisha, big Keisha. She got a son that's under little Keisha. That's Mexican. Big Keisha and the little boy got the same mom and daddy. The mama took him. And
yeah.
she another little black baby. The mama got him. The mama, Jonetta's mama got 2 of her kids.
Yeah, she do.
And the ones in prison, girl, they like 30 something. The ones she got in prison, they probably don't even know they got so many siblings.
Yeah. I told them, they didn't believe me. Girl, I said, remember, because Peanuts, the cab drivers, or the mailman. Which one was the mailman's, cuz?
I don't know the baby daddies. I just know she got a bunch of kids.
Yeah, because Peanut belonged to the cab driver.
No, Peanut belonged to Thomas, the pervert.
Yeah, and she got pregnant. Yeah, because she got pregnant in the hospital with the one after Peanut.
Remember, she got babies by brothers, girl.
Yeah, she got 2 of
the other one. Peanut belonged to. He belongs to the one Diamond belonged to because he got Peanut.
Okay, the one after Peanut, it was the cab drivers.
Yeah, but that's the one the mama got.
Okay, was the cab drivers. Okay.
He didn't get that one. The mama took that one.
Which one was before Peanut? Because it wasn't Diaja. Which one happened before Peanut? Michael, don't forget Michael. Cuz breaking up. Okay. And then Michael's. Don't forget Michael. Don't forget the mixed one that couldn't, and the one that couldn't walk. And the mixed one, Michael.
Oh, the little white one.
20, Laleezy, 20. I knew it was look, she said, so I told you Soldier Slim said animal. What I always used to say, I'm right called National Geographic on her ass.
Now they need to fix it though, for real, because she just had a baby last year, girl.
I told Niche didn't know. I said she just had a baby.
But I think they took it because we're the incident with the other kids with Key.
Mm-hmm.
I think they took that one from the hospital when she had it. That's why she was reaching out, calling.
But I wonder why they never got the one for the one that she carried around in that purse.
The one in the purse.
It's buried up there in Hendersonville, North Carolina, behind that house that Key lived in. They said they buried it back there behind that house. I don't know.
Girl.
Yeah, they said they buried that baby back there behind that house. I don't know.
Yeah, because she had it in a purse, girl. They was down there tweaking. They didn't even know. She pulled it out.
Yep. They said, what's that stinking? And they said she been carrying that baby in that purse for a long time.
Drew said, I didn't know what the hell. He said, I ran. What the hell?
I'm going to call you later, cuz. Love you.
All right, love you.
Y'all, if y'all only knew what I experienced growing up with this girl and these children and all walks of life. Tamara said I can't even have one. Tamara, when she called me last year, I don't even remember if I blocked her. I was over it. I said, all these women that can't have kids and they never fixed you. They never, nothing. Prayers for the women that can't have kids, and we have these selfish demonic entities running around here unaliving 9 babies. Samad, man, the childhood stories I got are crazy work. Hey, Tanya. Man, salute to everybody. Come over there to the next chat. Let's get into a conversation. Okay? Yeah, carrying a baby in a purse. Mm-hmm. Baby. Prayers for those sisters. Any woman that can birth kids. And again, we got these demonic entities running around here unaliving and just having kids all over the world and not raising them. It's horrible. But I'll see you guys over in the next chat, okay? Thank you, everybody. Salute, and everybody stay hydrated, okay? I'll see you guys over there while I get on Marquita's funky ass. Okay?